The applicant has shielded serious criminals who are involved in violent crimes like cash in transit, robbery, and with aggravating circumstances, instead of bringing them to court to account for their alleged wrongdoing. It will be a serious miscarriage of justice to afford bail to this applicant. With this kind of character, as clearly demonstrated above, there is a real likelihood that the applicant will attempt to frustrate or interfere with investigations against him. The evidence demonstrates that the applicant is not working alone in defeating and obstructing the course of justice, but is assisted by other officers who are not suspended from the SAPS. Should he be released on bail, he will continue in defeating and obstructing the further investigation on this matter, this and other matters. The applicant is aware of the confidentiality of certain documents within SAPS and how these documents should be handled, yet he possesses such documents with no specific reasons that one could think of other than to defeat and obstruct the course of justice. The only inference to be drawn from the conduct of the applicant is interference with the normal process of investigation with the aim to defeat or obstruct the course of justice. Other exhibits found in possession of the applicant: CCTV footage for Karankwe case 79 of 7/2014 carjacking. The applicant was found in possession of the exhibit in form of one CCTV footage disc, which was obtained from the crime scene. The original docket was filed at the station on 1 June 2018. The applicant was not supposed to be in possession of these exhibits. SAPS standard procedure is that all exhibits must be kept in the SAP 13 and not to be in the possession of any investigating officer. When the applicant returned the docket to the station, he was supposed to have returned it with all exhibits linked to this investigation. The state therefore alleges that the applicant was unlawfully in possession of the exhibits, which amounts to defeating and or obstructing the course of justice. Summary. I find it disturbing that the applicant was found with dockets and exhibits which were not supposed to be in his possession, as the system shows that those dockets were closed or filed at SAPS station's archives. The applicant was further asked by Lieutenant Colonel Ramapoka about certain dockets which has gone missing, and he denied having been in possession of such docket, which later during the search, the docket was found in his possession. The conduct of the applicant was very disturbing, especially being the person who ought to know what he was supposed to do with the state property and or equipment. The applicant was also found in possession of CCTV discs, which would have assisted in identifying and prosecuting suspects. However, due to the applicant's deliberate conduct, criminals were never identified and prosecuted. The disturbing part is that some of the dockets were even closed and filed without certain evidence, which was supposed to be disposed during the filing of the docket. I submit that the applicant stole those dockets from the stations where they belong. The applicant's commander issued a statement filed as PA 17 in the docket, stating that she is not aware of the dockets mentioned above. The applicant has come to be known as someone who has a propensity of distributing confidential documents to private individuals with the purpose of defeating and or obstructing the course of justice. It has also been discovered that the applicant is very much connected with people in higher positions from different departments, including police generals. Therefore, it is easy for him to influence and to tamper with any investigations, as it was demonstrated by the confidential documents from the Department of Correctional Services which were found in his possession. The applicant is not a suitable candidate to be afforded bail, as he can use his influence in higher offices to get anything that he requires. It would not be in the interest of justice to release him on bail. He may easily interfere with investigations and or intimidate witnesses. Association with criminal networks. Information obtained during the investigation indicated that the applicant is allegedly associated with individuals linked to organized criminal activities. The information available suggests that the applicant is involved or associated with criminal networks who are allegedly involved in drug trafficking and cash in transit robberies. The circumstances surrounding the testimony during the Madlanka Commission of Inquiry indicate the existence of serious allegations regarding criminal syndicates that may have influenced within state institutions and elements of the criminal justice system. Risk to the applicant. As a witness in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, the applicant successfully brought an application to have his testimony presented in his camera and his identity to be concealed. His identity as witness F was later divulged by the Deputy National Commissioner of Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Sibia, who is alleged to be his close associate. This is an indication that there was a likelihood that his life was in danger. In the event that the inmate feels unsafe at the correctional facility, the state is able to arrange for an inmate to be kept at a more secure place where the inmate will be safe. The state is of the view that should the applicant be released on bail, his safety cannot be guaranteed due to the sensitivity of information related to his testimony at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. The continued detention of the applicant may therefore serve to protect his personal safety while the investigation continues. Public safety concerns within the household. During the search of the applicant's residence, a loaded .38 special revolver was discovered hidden under the mattress in his bedroom, on top of which his 8-year-old son was sleeping. The firearm was not secured in a safe or lawful storage as required by the Firearms Control 60 of 2000. The applicant resides in the house together with his wife and the minor child of 8 years old. The presence of an unsecured loaded firearm within the household creates a potential risk to them, and it demonstrates reckless regard for safety and constitutes a serious public safety concern. Unlawful possession of state property. During the search of the applicant's residence, police discovered state ammunition, police operational equipment, and official dockets. The applicant was at the time under suspension from the South African Police Service and therefore had no local authority to possess such state property. The possession of police dockets and operational material outside official police system raises concerns regarding possible misuse of official information for unlawful purposes. Such conduct undermines the integrity of police investigation and compromises the confidentiality of criminal cases. Grounds for appeasing bail in terms of Section 60, subsection 4. 16.1, endangerment of public safety. The applicant was found in possession of multiple firearms, large quantities of ammunition, and an explosive, which is prohibited by law. The unsafe storage of a loaded firearm in a household where a minor resides further demonstrates the danger associated with the applicant's conduct. The applicant has demonstrated that he has the capability to shield dangerous criminals who are involved in CITs and robberies with aggravating circumstances